This help video is on the payment plan. This feature allows you to set payment plans for student bookings. This is only available for direct enrolments. You can schedule instalment payments for a student for all or part of their booking. This feature is only available if you have the class ledger. So firstly, some of the setup. There are 3 user permissions within the user settings that need to be granted. So from the main menu, if I select Maintenance and Settings, User Settings, go into one of the users, select Permissions, and if I scroll about halfway down, we have 3 payment plan permissions: Payment Plan Add, Edit and View. So you may want only some of your users to be able to view the payment plan, but not actually add one or make any changes. So once you've set these within the users, select OK and close and come out of the settings. So now I'm going to show you how to set up one of the payment plans. So in this example today's date is the 14th of January 2015. So if I go into the enrolment browse and find a direct enrolment I've already created. So this is Martel Daniels. So this is a direct enrolment with a course, accommodation and a couple of sundry fees. So when a student wishes to pay by instalments, the booking lines would be added in the usual way, and then click on the payment plan button on the right hand side. This will show all the items within the enrolment, and then on the right hand side you have the option to include each item or a selection of items on the enrolment. So for the moment I'm going to include all of the items. This will then calculate the plan total from the finance screen of the enrolment. Then you have the plan start date. Here you would select the date for when the payment plan will start. The default is the student's arrival date. Then you have the payment interval. So from the drop down, this is how often the payments will be made. So you have every week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a month or 2 months. So I'm going to select every 4 weeks. This then calculates there's going to be 3 payments to be made in total. So now if I click on Generate Schedule, the payment values will be calculated based on the selected criteria. So here we have 3 payments for £663.67, which add up to the £1,991. So at the bottom you can see the total due, paid, outstanding, and if there's any in arrears. So any of the payment values can be manually changed to reflect your agreement with the student. Here you can just overtype on the due values. If you wish to remove the plan, you can delete all the payment items using the delete button and then select Generate Schedule. So if I highlight each line, select delete, so you can now regenerate a new schedule. So I'm just going to leave this as it was, so I'm going to just select Generate Schedule again to get our 3 payments. So if I select OK, you can now see that there's an orange eye on the payment plan button to indicate that a payment plan has been added to this enrolment. So now if I add an item to an enrolment, you'll get a message asking if you wish to add the item to the payment plan. So if I add a sundry item, say for example a day excursion to Bath, and select OK, the message is saying, do you wish to add this item to the payment plan? And you can select yes or no. I'm going to select yes. So this item has now been added to the payment plan. The same if you want to remove an item from an enrolment. So if I want to say remove the accommodation placement fee, If I highlight that and select on Cancel Item, I select Yes, and then you get the confirmation saying the item has been removed from the payment plan and the values have been adjusted. You can then click Yes to go back into the payment plan to review the values, or select No. Also, if you make any changes to the finance, so if I select on the finance screen, if I want to give the General English 20 lessons for £900 exactly for this student, and if I make the change here by double clicking, so if I change the basic value here to 900 and select OK, you'll then get a message to say that the item value has changed and it may affect the payment plan, and it will adjust accordingly. So select OK, and the payment plan has now been adjusted. So if I just go into it, it says it's been rebuilt. There's now 2 payments for 638.67 and 1 for 638.66. So the total is now 1916. So if I now select on OK and OK. Within the class ledger, the payment plan can be accessed via the Bookings tab within the student account. So if I now go to the invoicing screen, select Student Account, this will take us into the ledger, and then from the Bookings screen, you have the Payment Plan button at the bottom of the screen. As receipts are added to the account, the payment plan will be updated accordingly. Once an allocation has been made against a student's enrolment, the value is automatically spread across the payment plan's unpaid entries, starting from the earliest first. So if I now go to the Receipts screen, create a receipt for this student for £100. So this was received by bank transfer. So if we add £100, select OK, and select on Allocate. Select OK, and close. So if we now go back to the booking screen, view the payment plan, you can see the total outstanding is now 1,816. So it's taken off the £100 that has just been added. If the student is in arrears on the payment plan, the total in arrears box will then be red. So if I select OK. Also within the ledger, you can produce a statement for the student, and there's a prompt to allow the payment plan details. So if I go to the Accounts screen, select on Statement, in the middle section you can see there's the Include Payment Plans button. So here I can tick this, select Statement, and I'm going to produce the Excel format. So here you can see the statement, including the payment plan schedule, the 3 payments, when they're due, and what's the total outstanding. Okay, so I'm just going to close that down and come out of the account. So now within the age debt report, when producing the age debt, there's also another prompt to apply the payment plan rules. So if I go to Reporting, Age Debt, I'm going to select on a student account for Martel Daniels. So if I add that there. So within the bottom section of the screen, you can see there's an option to apply payment plan rules. So if I tick that and select on Excel, so the age debt report will split the amount due from both within and outside the payment plan. So you have the outstanding payment plan value. The total paid is 100, total outstanding 1,816. So if I close that down and select Close on the age debt, there's also another report in the ledger, the payment plan report. So if I select on Reporting and Payment Plans, you can report on all students who have a payment plan attached to their enrolment. So from the selection screen, you can be selective by student, currency, the due dates, and also the departure dates. So the departure dates will allow you to report on all the students who will be leaving the school to ensure all payments are made. You also have the option to only include payment plans in arrears. So this will include only those payments that are overdue. So I'm just going to change the dates to the end of March and select Excel. So you can see Martel Daniels has come up on the report, and the total outstanding for this period is £538.67, as he's already paid £100. You can also produce documents within class for the payment plan, so the merge fields are available in both financial and enrolment based documents, and you can also include payment plan details within quick reports. So I've now come to the end of the video, and I hope you found this useful. Thank you for listening.